Hey, do you feel extremely nervous at some situations? And do you find it really difficult to cope up with that nervousness to such an extent that you feel like running away from that situation? There are some very quick ways to get yourself out of this feeling. Having said that, I'm not talking about those extreme levels of anxiety or deep levels of depression which are considered as disorders. They require a different level of intervention such as counseling or therapy, which can be done only by a certified therapist or counselor, which is not who I am and which is not my area of expertise. I'm just talking about those situations where you feel that you're not being yourself temporarily, and in such situations, you will find these 5 tips very useful. Hey, this is Shamant N. Murthy. I am a mental strength coach. Let's dive into the 5 tips which will be helpful for you to get over anxiety and overwhelm. Tip number 1, just breathe. Typically, when your mind is disturbed, your breathing becomes shallow and quick. These changes in your breathing will for sure add to your stress and make you feel more uncomfortable than you are right now. You will be able to counter this anxiety with simple breathing technique. Just follow these 4 steps. Step number 1, place one hand on your abdomen and the other hand on your chest. Step number 2, breathe in slowly while concentrating on your inflating abdomen and then your inflating chest. The abdomen inflates first and then the chest inflates second. Step number 3, exhale slowly while you say to yourself quietly in your mind the word relax as the air goes out. And step number 4, repeat steps 1 to 3 at least 10 times. Isn't that simple? This one breathing technique can help a great deal in bringing down your anxiety levels. Tip number 2, immersion. This technique sounds a little weird, but it works. Whenever you feel that your anxiety levels are going up, just take a bowl or a sink of water that is ice cold water. That's right, ice cold water. Take a deep breath, hold that breath, and then immerse your face completely in the ice cold water for at least 30 seconds. If you don't have ice cold water or if you're worried about your sinuses, then use water which is as cold as possible. Trust me, it's not as terrible as it sounds. This calming technique is believed to work because it brings out something called as a dive reflex which is in our body. Dive reflex or dive response is actually a phenomenon seen in the bodies of mammals. So it is activated when our body is cooled down suddenly or when we hold our breath. So what happens during this reflex is that our heartbeat rate actually decreases and the supply of oxygen to our brain increases, and also the body's metabolism slows down. For example, if you are about to present or perform in front of a large audience and you're feeling very nervous, then activating your dive reflex will actually help you in bringing down that nervousness. If you don't have access to a bowl or sink of water at that moment, then you can even take the help of a wet towel, cold wet towel, and cover your face with it. Especially the forehead and the area around the nose needs to be covered. That will help in activating the dive reflex for you, and you can calm down your nerves before going into any such event. And as I said, this tip sounds weird, but it works. Tip number 3, exercise. The body responds to upset or anxiety by releasing stress hormones. But you can burn up these stress hormones just by exercising for 15 to 20 minutes. You could try something aerobic like running, brisk walking, skipping, etc. And if it's a nice, bright, sunny day, it would be an added advantage if you get that sunshine and fresh air for yourself. And if it's convenient for you, just go and attend some group exercise in your gym. That would also help. And before I go to the next tip, I would like to add here that I have a VIP Facebook group called Warrior Mindset Tribe. If you want to access more content related to mental strength, then you can join this group. Also, go ahead and download my free ebook, 7 Ways to Use Your Mental Strength to Your Advantage. The links for the Facebook group as well as the ebook is given in the description below. Moving on, tip number 4, music. Sound has an influence on both your body as well as your mind. It can jar, it can startle, it can upset, or it can soothe you as well. Whenever you feel distressed, try listening to music which works for you. It could be jazz, it could be classical, it could be fusion, whatever works for you. Just listen to that. Or you may listen to something non-musical but pleasant, like sounds of raindrops, sound of river flowing, sound of birds chirping, etc. This again helps in bringing down your anxiety levels. Tip number 5. Staying in the present. Remember that most of what upsets you is in the past or the future. You may feel guilty or depressed about what happened in the past, or you might feel anxious about what might happen in the future. To snap yourself out of this trap, just practice staying in the present and focusing in what is happening right now. For example, notice your breathing, feel your feet on the ground, feel the firmness of your chair that you're sitting on, pay attention to the temperature around you, look around you and observe. There's no need to judge, just observe and focus on your breathing. One bonus tip I would like to add here is in order to help you stay grounded and stay in the present. Feel free to check out this meditation technique called Vipassana. If you don't know what is Vipassana meditation, I urge you to check out their website. I have added the link in the description. They conduct a 10-day residential program which is completely free of cost. It's available worldwide. This will not just bring down your anxiety but also many other issues which you might be facing. This meditation technique will also help you build your mental strength as well. I am advocating this meditation technique because I myself have used it and found immense benefits in my life. So these were the 5 tips to help you overcome anxiety and overwhelm in your daily life. Use them whenever and wherever you find it necessary. You can try all the 5 tips and stick to the one which helps you the most. If you found this video helpful, please feel free to like it and share it with your family and friends for whom this video might be helpful. Subscribe to my channel for more such videos. Thank you for watching. Namaste.